Lights, camera, dissect. Welcome back to Midnight Reel Reviews.
This is a movie even scarier than The Wicked Girl, Howling Village. It's one of Japan's most haunted locations, drawing countless adventurers. Yet, without exception, all encounter inexplicable phenomena. At night, the phone booth at the village entrance rings mysteriously. The tunnel echoes with cries of pain. This is why the government had to erase it from maps. A friendly reminder, this movie is intense. Watch it as you would a wartime drama and enjoy it slowly. The story begins with a couple arriving at the phone booth. If you pick up a mysterious call at 2 a.m.
You officially become a guest of Howling Village!
Yumi eagerly answers the call. Though the conversation's content is unclear, Yumi's expression turns grave. The two proceed unhindered to the tunnel, where a wooden sign reads, "This area is outside Japanese law. Do not enter." But Yumi, excited, believes they've reached the legendary Howling Village. Upon entering, they find the area overgrown with weeds and in ruins. Numerous dog kennels are scattered around, some with skeletal remains. Yumi picks up a mirror inscribed with Showa 24 mirror. Suddenly, a woman's reflection appears. Yumi locks herself in the bathroom, thinking it's a prank. The door shakes violently. Terrified, she backs away as a shadow looms outside the window. Panicking, Yumi tears her clothes and flees the village in fear. After returning home, Yumi becomes distracted and absent-minded. She sings mysterious chants daily. Her boyfriend Takeshita seeks help from his sister, who has spiritual sight. Observing Yumi, she sees no abnormalities. But then Yumi walks into the street and relieves herself. Takeshita's brother sees this and reports it to him. When Takeshita rushes outside, Yumi has vanished. He receives a call from her saying she'll meet him soon, but terror strikes next. That night, they attend Yumi's funeral. The coroner reveals water in her lungs. She drowned. She was also pregnant. The family hides this fact, knowing the village's secret. Later, Takeshita finds Yumi's pregnancy proof among her belongings. Heartbroken, he gathers friends to return to the village, vowing revenge. As they leave, the driver notices strange radio static and a shadow passing by. Then he crashes the car into a wall, terrified by the black figure behind him. The shadow is Takeshita's brother, secretly investigating the village for a school project. At the tunnel, the entrance is blocked by rocks, and friends want to leave. Takeshita enters alone, and his brother follows, fearing for his safety. Inside, Takeshita vents his grief and warns his brother to stay away. But suddenly, Yumi's ghost flashes behind him, leaving both in shock. As Takeshita attempts to climb a wall, his brother suddenly slips and falls. Reflexively, Takeshita grabs him, but in the process he accidentally pulls a ghost. Even more terrifying, his deceased girlfriend transforms into an evil spirit and grabs his brother's shoulder. A nursery rhyme echoes, and spirits appear surrounding Takeshita. A scream is heard, and both brothers disappear into the tunnel. A few days later, Takeshita's friends, accompanied by police, his mother, and his fiancée, arrive at the tunnel entrance, but Takeshita has disappeared, leaving only his brother's camera. His mother goes into hysteria, imitating barks and licking her hand. Everyone thinks she's in shock. Later, a friend, Xiaopeng, experiences car trouble near the tunnel. Without a signal, he enters a phone booth to ask for help, but he disappears as well.
The friends arrive and hear Xiaopeng's voice repeating a phrase on the other side of the phone. Suddenly, the door slams shut. Bloody handprints appear, and water starts seeping beneath their feet. Spirits emerge and the friends drown. Meanwhile, Kiko, a neurologist, meets a child claiming to see a ghostly woman. After placing him in an elevator, she sees the spirit herself, which seems to be the child's deceased mother. The friends arrive and hear Xiaopeng's voice repeating a phrase on the other side of the phone. Suddenly, the door slams shut. Bloody handprints appear, and water starts seeping beneath their feet. Spirits emerge and the friends drown. Meanwhile, Kiko, a neurologist, meets a child claiming to see a ghostly woman. After placing him in an elevator, she sees the spirit herself, which seems to be the child's deceased mother.
Kiko learns that the child's mother died after childbirth. That same night, a coroner who had autopsied a woman named Yumi dies in the hospital. During her visit, Kiko is surrounded by spirits around the bed. She escapes in panic, chased by them. Waking from this nightmare, she finds the sheet moving by itself. A colleague then informs her of the coroner's death, who supposedly transmitted a mysterious message in her dream.
Troubled, Keiko returns home and asks her father about a dog demon, but he refuses to respond. She then asks her grandfather, who reveals that 70 years ago, the construction of a dam flooded the village of Inunaki, where her grandmother lived. She was the only survivor. Keiko discovers that her family is tied to the bloodline of this cursed village, explaining the strange events around her. She goes to the village entrance with a mysterious man where they find human remains and wild dogs. They discover a cage where Takeshita and his brother are locked. A woman, the man's daughter, watches over a baby. The man asks Keiko to save the child, their last descendant, but the mother transforms into a half-human, half-dog creature and sends spirits after them. To protect Keiko and the child, Takeshita and the man confront the spirits and the mother, allowing Keiko to escape. Eventually exhausted, Takeshita and Keiko manage to return to their grandfather's house, bearing the scars of this family tragedy and the ancient evil that continues to haunt their lineage. To protect Keiko and the child, Takeshita and the man confront the spirits and the mother, allowing Keiko to escape. Eventually exhausted, Takeshita and Keiko manage to return to their grandfather's house, bearing the scars of this family tragedy and the ancient evil that continues to haunt their lineage.
Kiko's mother, after recovering from a severe illness, returns to a normal life. However, a few days later, Kiko steps out of the hospital, and to everyone's horror, she suddenly begins to display mute-like behavior, licking her arm like a mad dog. The curse of Inunaki Village has not been broken. The sacred tunnel still waits for other adventurers to meet their fate.
Your VIP seat awaits. Subscribe now, and let's relive every movie moment together.